Today we're taking a walk along Sanur's main street from the southern roundabout all the way up to the McDonald's, and this is the southern roundabout, or I got abused last time. We've also got to mention that's a Balinese temple in the middle of the roundabout, and then I'll go through the street. So that street there is Jalan Cemara. There's great stuff down there. Jalan Danau Poso, not as popular but equally as good. That street down there is Jalan Kusuma Sari, and that is Jalan Danau Tumblingan, Sanur's main street, and the one that we're walking 3 kilometres along today, right up to the McDonald's. You may or may not know that sometimes the weather in Bali is extremely hot, so I like to do most of my activities in the early morning. You know, before the sun rises is great, but I mean, the sun's already risen now and it's still quite cool. It's about 7:30 at the moment, and life in Sanur is just starting to get a little bit busier. Most people are still in their hotels having breakfast. The locals are out opening up the businesses. The beachfront path is pretty busy with people exercising, walking, jogging, and that sort of thing. But along here, it's quiet. It's pretty cool. The first place we get to is actually called Massimo's, this place here. Fantastic Italian restaurant, and just behind this screen here is where they sell ice cream, 20,000 for 2 scoops. The ice cream's very good, and it's a very popular place to come all throughout the day to come and get a selection of, well, there's probably about 40 different flavours there that you can choose from. Great gelato. And I'll go there every now and then after dinner for a dessert rather than have it at a restaurant. Just nick down there and eat it on the path across the road. I love it. Really good. But moving along, the good thing about this this walk along Sanur's main street is that the businesses along here are what keep this town thriving. These small businesses run by the locals, and a few foreigners here and there, they are what Sanur is all about. That place there, Warung Mama Sanur, that little cafe, little warung there, you'll blink and you'll miss it, and a lot of people would just walk straight past because it's so small, but that is a great little place to have a bite to eat. Mainly, I mean, I went there for lunch and I had a great little meal there. They even do decent coffees. It's pretty good. Yeah, but as I was saying, these small businesses, I mean, they're just fantastic, and I like to try and mix up where I go just to sort of spread my money around, really, because I really appreciate this side of Sanur, the one where there's all these small businesses. This is the Apa Kabar restaurant, sport bar and dining. As you'll see there, they've got a little board that has AFL pre-season matches on the board. And there's a lot of bars and restaurants around town that will put sports on, such as AFL, NRL. They'll put on American sports or British sports like the English Premier League and that sort of stuff. You do need to walk around and find out which one is more, suitable for you, primarily based on what sports you like, but also whether you like the type of bar. This is Lucky 8 roast pork, great roast pork noodles there, but unfortunately, this now looks like it's one of those businesses that is no longer operational, which is a shame. They were doing great roast pork noodles. I reviewed that about a year ago, and I really liked that place. Bit sad. I mean, the thing is, things come and go in Sanur all the time. There are new places opening up all the time, and older ones closing, and it's just the way that things are here. And that's probably because not every business is going to take off like you'd hope. That's Daily Baguette, really popular. People love their pastries at Daily Baguette. I've never actually had a pastry. Well, I might have done. I might have had a takeaway, but it's not a place that I go for my pastries. Mainly because I had a bad experience in the outlet in Ubud. And since that time, I've sort of been a bit tainted, but a lot of other people love it. So don't let my opinion sort of sway you there. If you're thinking about a pastry, that might be a good one to try. Let me know if you've been there and you love it. This is a Pika Pika Japanese restaurant. I'm not sure if that used to be the old Ryoshi or not, but that's Pika Pika Japanese restaurant. I don't know anything about it. This one's Iya, Greek and Mediterranean food there. I walked past that not that long ago when it was sort of newly opening. It used to be the Gardenia before that, and the Gardenia closed down and it's been replaced by that one. Not sure how it's doing, actually. And then moving further along, we're at our first major cross street. This is Jalan Duyung. This is the road that goes down to all those beachside warungs which have recently been demolished and which are making way for what I'm told is a path. That road down there's got heaps of cool stuff in it. And then up that way there's a good coffee shop called Seta. And this cafe right here is Salah. A brilliant cafe. Absolutely brilliant cafe. Great food. Look, it's a lot more modern than the standard in Sanur. It's like if you're looking for like a really modern cafe, Salah is probably one of the most modern. Yeah, it's just smoothie bowls, sandwiches, pastries, good coffee. It's a nice little place to hang out as well. And then along from Salah, you get to this dead zone. And the dead zone basically is because along there, that's the Hyatt Regency, and they have a massive property. They own all of that property there. I've been told that they own some of this as well. I don't know. Because of that though, there isn't a heap of stuff along here. There's hardly any other businesses except the Hyatt Regency, and then straight after that, the Undas Hotel. So that's the entrance there to the Hyatt Regency, grand entrance. It's a really, actually a really old hotel, like over 50-year-old hotel. But they've constantly renovated. They've renovated it a few years back. A full renovation where they closed the property down and renovated it. So it's got that old classic Bali feel to it, but it doesn't feel tired or old. It feels modern yet classic. And it's a great blend of those two Balinese styles that we all love. We want something modern and not too, shabby, but we also want the Balinese feeling, and that's exactly what you get at the Hyatt Regency. It's an absolutely classy hotel. If you've got the budget, it's a brilliant place to stay. Unfortunately for most of us, we'll have to settle for something a little bit lower down than that, but as I said, if you've got the budget or if you've got something special you want to celebrate, go there for a few nights. It's brilliant. Which brings us to the Undas Hotel. Undas, owned by the Hyatt Regency Group, or the Hyatt Group. Absolutely brilliant hotel. I've stayed there before. I stayed there a couple of nights. I've eaten there quite a few times for the breakfast, because the breakfasts are some of the best you'll get anywhere in the world. They do a breakfast which is about, well, when you add it all up with taxes and everything like that, it's about 450,000 per person for an unlimited a la carte breakfast. Order anything you want from the menu, and as much of it as you want. Unreal coffee, unreal food, very modern. Love that place, good setting as well. And the rooms there are stunning. Massive big suites, and they have an outlook down to the beach which is unbeatable, and a fantastic pool. Now that one is a really expensive hotel. If you've got the money for that, I'd be staying there, but again, out of most people's price range. As you can see there's a bit of construction going on. Something's been demolished. Something new is being built, and that's pretty standard here in Bali. The pace of change is rapid. There's always something new going on, new money coming in, a renovation here, a new building there, a new business venture in another place. This is the Paradise Gym. Now that one is really, really popular. They've even got a cafe in there and that sort of stuff. That gym, I mean, it's more of a, I don't know. I'm not going to say an influencer gym, because that's wrong. I was more sort of thinking, I was about to say young person's gym because I feel old, but it's something along those lines anyway. One of those more modern, stylish gyms. And because of that, it's really popular. So if you like the gym, you should check that out. They've got like a modern website. They've got Instagram and all that. Like they're pretty modern gym. So yeah, something to maybe have a look at if you're into gym. That's Tarkisa. Tarkisa does unreal Mexican food. It's one of my staples here in Sanur. I'll eat that fairly regularly, not like weekly or anything, but like when I cycle through all of my favourite eating out food, that's one I go to often. I love the burrito bowls. I love the tacos. They do those soft shell tacos. It's just fantastic. It's just flavour plus. They've got chili in there, but it's not overboard. They've got guacamole, and it's perfectly balanced. Absolutely love it. Like really love it. That's the Hotel Panida across there, and then right next door is, well, one of the most famous hotels here in Sanur. It's called the Mayor. The Mayor, why is it famous? Well, it's 5-star quality at a decent price right by the beach. Extremely popular. And although I haven't stayed there before, I have eaten there. It's a good hotel. Pool's fantastic. I've got a friend who has membership there for the pool and gym. Unreal place. Unreal place. So check that out if you're looking for something high class. I've stayed here before. The Puri Hiromi, that's down there. They call it like a boutique residence. And I guess that's a fair assessment of what it is. It's not a hotel. Like when I stayed there, and I don't know if it's still the same, they even did long-term sort of rentals there as well. Location's fantastic. And the rooms have a kitchen in them, or the one that I had a kitchen in it, and a little lounge room. It's almost like an apartment. I mean, yeah, almost. Cross between an apartment and hotel. They call those apart hotels, don't they? But no one wants to say that word. That's AKR Bali. The reason I mention that place is because I've had a few people recommend I go there. I still haven't been there. They say that it's good, so that's somewhere that you probably want to check out because other people are recommending it quite regularly. The thing about walking along here in Sanur, I'm in the hot season or the wet season at the moment, and temperatures are about 27 degrees overnight. So at the moment it's probably 27 degrees, sun's just risen. Well, it's a little bit higher in the sky and it's starting to warm up already. But because you don't have too much direct sun, there's a sort of a haze or a light cloud in front of that sun. It's still quite cool and quite pleasant to walk around town. Once you get to midday and the sun's overhead here, and it's a sunny day, that sun beats down so hard that it's almost impossible to walk the whole length of this road, honestly. In there, in a little alleyway, is a place called Rada Homestay. That there is Batu Jimbar Cafe. Batu Jimbar Cafe is a really interesting one. It's been around for a very long time and it does get good reviews. Everyone that I know that's been there loves it. I've been there and I think it's very good as well. A vast menu, but they do it very well. It has a little bit of a more old school feel about it, which I really like as well. That there is the Hotel 101. Hotel 101, one of the big hotels down here on the main street in Sanur. Prices are pretty competitive as well. You know, for $1 million a night, you can get a good room there. That's definitely a good one to go and check out if you're looking for something that's... I don't want to get into stars because I wouldn't want to sort of make an assessment based on stars, but it's sort of not a luxury hotel, but it's good quality. Mid-range is probably a good way to put it. That is Arta Sadana. It's the old Hardee's. It's like a department store type thing. You know, you get anything you want down there. It's a big block of land. Not many people go there, unfortunately. And then when we move up a little bit further, we've got this place. This is Domos. I've been to Domos before, and then that's Coffee Kiosk, which is pretty popular as well. So those two places in a row, Domos, Coffee Kiosk, both very good in different ways. The Coffee Kiosk is really popular because it's like a down-to-earth, shabby coffee shop, sort of local style. And Domos is popular because it's got ultra-modern coffee. You know, ultra-modern coffee at a good standard. It's owned by the same dude that owns the Bear Bottle down on Jalan Chamara, which is one of my favourite coffees in all of Sanur. Domos is good. It's also got, you know, they're doing brekkie at the moment. And they'll do a lunch and a dinner as well. They're trying to be a little bit different to the standard coffee shop, trying to be a little bit more upmarket. And just up from there is this place, which you absolutely must try. Yeah, this is called Warung Rainbow. Look how small that is. Well, that is tiny. And you can see a little menu there. Local food, run by a local couple. They've got like 5 tables. So it's extremely difficult to get in at peak times. But I reckon that is one of the best warungs in all of Sanur. Now, I've got a lot of favourites. That's one of them. It's just brilliant. I just love the vibe of having something so small, so cheap, and the quality being so fantastic. Not just quality, it's flavour. Brilliant. Swastika Bungalows right next door. Now, that's one of the ones that always gets recommended to me. I think because it's one of those older school, cheaper hotels that still does a really good job of, I don't know, providing good service and a good product to people, you know, even though it's a bit older these days. And my brother went there a few months back and stayed there with his kids, and he loved it. He loved that old school resort feel, and a lot of people do love that. If they haven't just let it sort of slide. It's still being maintained and everything, so that's somewhere that you probably should consider if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, and where the quality and the old school feel is still there. Straight across the road, you got Cafe Smorgas, which is I think it's like Swedish or something like that. And that road down there, Jalan Pantai Karang, gets you down to, funnily enough, Pantai Karang. Pantai Karang is Coral Beach. It's your access to the beach path if you're anywhere around here. But this is sort of like getting really central now. Like I would say this is really central. Like that was Forketta behind me. Yeah, there's just so many places to eat around here. So across there we have Lillian and Coffee. Brilliant little cakes, their homemade cakes, love that. And then that place is called the Bread Basket. Very, very popular place. They do breakfast, they do bread, they do salads, that sort of stuff. And this one's called Retro Kitchen. So they're all right next to each other. Retro Kitchen is somewhere that I go quite often. It's sort of a stock standard place to go and meet with people if I want. This is like a bigger sort of venue. They have a massive menu that everyone's going to be happy with. And I can go there, meet with people, have a couple of drinks, a bit of a feed, and it's just easy. And the quality's really up there as well. It's not warung food, it's restaurant food. It's pretty good. That place over there, straight there, that's Bali Moves. They're a real estate agent. There aren't many official real estate agents in Bali that have an international feel to them. That's one of them. They're pretty professional too. Like they've got a good website. They'll help you out when you're looking for a property, take you to all their stock. They're really good. So I do recommend those guys if you're looking for real estate agent. Prices start from almost nothing to really expensive. Good thing about this main street area is there are a lot of these mini marts around the place. So if you need to go and get a bottle of water as you're walking along the street, you can do that. And this is Three Monkeys. Three Monkeys, extremely popular place. Like that is a really, really popular place for dinner. Very good as well. Quality's right up there. That's Sanur Resort Watu Jimbar, which is a bit of a mouthful, but essentially it's the old, I think they called it, was it Swiss Bell? I think it was Swiss Bell. It's changed its name. Same hotel, maybe different owners, I don't know, but they've changed the name. So that's quite a popular one. A lot of people recommend that to me as well. I've never been inside, so I can't comment on it. And then up here, another place that people comment a lot is Oh My Thai restaurant. I don't know what that's like either, but people have sort of said that that's a good Thai restaurant. Le Croissant is very popular these days. It's fairly new, like it's less than a year old, and they do some good croissants, some good sandwiches. They're trying really hard. It's one of these places which has had a few hiccups at the start. I went there earlier on and I got a dodgy coffee there, but it's actually pretty good. Like they do pretty good croissants, so I think that's worth checking out. I hope they succeed because you sort of need that diversity here in Sanur of old and new. Whether you like croissants or not, that's somewhere that I really want to succeed. Now, next to that is the Gria Santrian. I mean, that's class. The Gria Santrian is class. Classy classy hotel that stretches all the way down to the beachfront with a fantastic pool. Prices are a little bit higher than some other places because it is a classy God, I keep saying restaurant. It is a classy hotel. Somewhere to consider. A bit older school, like not older school, but it's got a bit more traditional, and people love that. And then just next door to that is the Starbucks. So we're under this sort of treed area at the moment. There's a place with all these big trees, and then Starbucks is in there. I'm not even sure how popular that is. Like, I've never been there. I don't think I've ever been to a Starbucks in Indonesia, in Bali before, because there's generally so many good independent businesses in a place like Sanur. I normally try and give my business to those independent business owners who really keep this place thriving. But if you like your Starbucks, they've got one. Now that's Jalan Bumi Ayu. I mention that primarily because one of my favourite warungs in all of town is down there. Lila Warung, yeah? Lila Warung, fantastic. They used to have a place down on the beach called Lila Pantai, but Lila Warung is just really fantastic food, great prices. They've modernised the old Warung concept, but still have the same feel to it. And I really love it. It's one of my favourite Warungs. The one down at the beach, they're building a new one. It's going to take a while for them to get up and running, but in the meantime, that's definitely a place you should go. That's the Besaki Beach Hotel. Another cheaper hotel down by the beach. Along the beach, you pay a lot more for your accommodation simply because you're so close to the beach. Whether or not the hotel's good or not, you pay a lot for it. Besaki is one of those places that allows you to get down to the beach at a reasonable price, because usually you pay through the nose. That's a good one. So highly recommend that for something a little bit cheaper, but still on the beach. Now that place there, that burnt down. That burnt down 6 months ago now, I think it was. There was a big fire. I got there in the aftermath and it was big. The kitchen had a fire and everyone had to run outside, and then it burnt to the ground, sadly. But hopefully they can get up on their feet again sometime soon. And then that's the Tanjung Sari, which is one of the classiest traditional hotels in all of Sanur. Very expensive, but also very good and very classy. You should see that bar and restaurant section down at the beach. I mean, it's just all class, all class. I'd love to stay there, but you know, I don't really have the budget, so maybe when I become rich, I'll stay there, but that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Now that's the Apotek Pharmacy. Apotek is pharmacy. That's Kimia Pharma, which is a big brand in Indonesia. It's not like an independent one. Big brand, so you can trust all the drugs that they've got there. And they're pretty helpful in there as well. So if you can sort of tell them what your ailment is, if it's not too serious, they'll suggest some sort of medicine that you should get. If you've never been to Bali before, you'll never know what these are. Different offerings that you see every morning. And Balinese people put those offerings out at key spots around the island during their morning activities. I'm not sure, like there are different names for different ones. The word that I know is Canang Sari, but if you're a Bali expert or if you're Balinese yourself, you can correct me on that, but that's the word that I know, Canang Sari. I've actually made one before at a class up in Munduk, and it's really interesting. Not that difficult to make once you know what you're doing, but they're really interesting. Respect them, don't go and kick them and that sort of stuff. But once they're put down, if you accidentally go and kick one, it's not like the biggest faux pas on earth, because once it's put down, it's like it's spent, and you'll see animals coming eating all the food out of it and that sort of stuff. Motorbikes will run over them. I mean, respect them, but don't freak out if you've accidentally gone and kicked one. Now that's the Magnum residence, luxury apartments that they're building. They were supposed to be built in tandem with the Icon there, and it's sort of stalled, it looks like. There hasn't been much activity on that for ages. And then right next door, if you look over there, is the Icon. Like, it's huge. Look, some people love the Icon. Some people hate the Icon. I'm not going to sort of say where I sit in there. I've been there a few times. I haven't really reviewed it before. It's not really my thing. I prefer independent businesses, but I understand that it's a really attractive proposition if you're wanting to go to the movies, or you want to go and get in some air-conditioned luxury and just chill out for a while and escape the heat. I understand that people might want to go there. Then you got Warung Happy Monkeys, which is another popular warung here in Sanur. One of those monkeys once again, really cool. It's now 8:15 and the sun is fully out and it's boiling hot. Like, it's really roasting. I'm sweating like a pig now. But that's what it's like in Bali anyway. I mean, if you've ever been to Bali before, you know what the heat's like. That's why a lot of people like to have a pool, because after they've gone for a walk for a couple of k's along the main road, they want to cool off for the rest of the afternoon with a couple of cold drinks in the pool. I think it's a great idea. But then you come along here and you get Kejora Villas, which a lot of people talk to me about. I don't know a lot about Kejora, but apparently it's a place that you need to check out. And this is sort of getting up to the northern end of what they call Jalan Danau Tumblingan. And if you didn't know, the word Jalan means street in Indonesian, and the word Danau means lake. So this is Tumblingan Lake Street. And it is called Tumblingan. It's not Tambalingan or anything like that. Tumblingan, if you can say that, that's the way to say it. And then on the corner there, you've got Over the Moon. modern cafe, really big. Heaps of people go there to work during the day. Doesn't mean that if you're a normal customer you can't go there. I'm just saying that if you do like to open your laptop, that's a good place to do it. And the food's good, drinks are good. It's not open too late, open till 8:30 p.m, but it's definitely a good cafe to check out if you're into your cafe food. The road here bends 90 degrees to the left and then heads up towards the Sindhu night market. And it's there where the name changes from Jalan Danau Tumblingan to Jalan Danau Toba, Toba Lake, if you like. And along this little stretch where it goes 90 degrees is where there are a lot of money changes. I've used one of them here before and it was legit. I can't say that about everyone, but because there are so many money changes here, there is a lot of competition. It means that you should be able to get a good rate, and the chance of getting a dodgy money changer is probably lessened because there is, some good ones around. I actually went to that one when I did my money changing, and they seem to be pretty good. So as you walk up this side road, you'll see in the distance there, that's Pasar Sindhu or Sindhu Market. But it's also, for most visitors to Sanur, the place that you'll go to find genuine local food in a night market atmosphere. And it really is not, it's not a tourist market, it really is local food. Finding what you enjoy there is a little bit more difficult because there's going to be a lot of food there that you don't really know the names of or never tried before. So it's a matter of saying I'll have one of those if you're brave enough, and just seeing whether you like it and then next time trying something different. Very cheap. So that's where it becomes Jalan Danau Toba. That's Jalan Pungutan, and that's down to the market there. So we'll continue on. This is still classed as the main road up here on Jalan Danau Toba. And right here is Warung Pengkola. I was just saying before that noisy motorbike went past, that place is extremely popular. It's a great place to watch the world go by, to be honest. Now across the road there is a noodle place. That place there is, they do good pork noodles. Funnily enough, we've got one of the fastest Wi-Fi's I've ever tried as well. Oh, hello. Whee! Oh God, I love the local people here in Bali, just the friendliest people. Always willing to play up to the camera. I love it. Yeah, so that pork noodle place, that's pretty good. And we're moving along to Warung Beringin Pantis. That's right in the corner. It's one with the Coca-Cola advertising everywhere. That place is pretty popular at different times of the day for people just to sit there, have a beer or a Coke and watch the world go by. Yeah, I like it. One of those sort of old school places. It's a warung. It's brilliant. The town's really woken up now and it's getting quite busy. This is a really important intersection. Down that way is Jalan Pantai Sindhu. It goes down to Pantai Sindhu or Sindhu Beach. Then down that way is Jalan Danau Tandakan. Jalan Danau Tandakan has a few places that I really love down there. One of them's Thai-licious, and then the other place is Warung Saro, who do some of the best, juiciest, luscious satay, well, pork satay in all of Bali. I really love that. It's more higher standard than your average pork satay. I love it. But down Jalan Pantai Sindhu, there are heaps of bars and restaurants. It's worth wandering down there, even if you've got nothing in particular that you're looking for. Really good to go down there and check it out. It's just a good location. A lot of people like to stay around this area because it's got so many bars and restaurants. There's Jimmy's, all locked up at the moment, of course. A bit early for the bar to be firing up. Jimmy's is another popular sports bar as well. Really popular. It's just one of those places that if you stay around here, you're going to have no end of places to eat and drink and really enjoy your time. And it's close to the beach too. The beach is only like 200, 300 meters down that road. And then coming up here, we're not that far from the end of the entire journey, but it's still pretty good because there's some stuff up here that is worth looking at. The first place I need to mention, and I need to sort of emphasize how much I love it, is this florist here. It's phenomenal. A really good florist with a really good cafe attached. Yeah, it's closed on Sundays, that's why it's closed right now. But that opens from 7 a.m. and they do an awesome cheese sandwich. Like, I love it. Coffee's fantastic. The staff are just wonderful staff, friendly people. always making you feel welcome there. And the flowers are really high level, professional. Go there for all your floristry needs, but also go there for a coffee and a cheese sandwich. I really love it. Like, I just can't say enough about good things about it, because it's just really good. It's just the standard is really high. I really love it. And then across the road we have Mushroom Espresso, which is one of my favourite coffees in Sanur. The coffee itself is excellent, but they also do sandwiches that I absolutely love as well. I really love the sandwiches there, specifically the sandwiches. I haven't tried their other food, but the sandwiches and coffee there, brilliant. And then here, Warung Waro Masakan Padang. I did a review on that about a year ago. They do good. Masakan Padang means cooking from the city of Padang. Masakan means cooking. So it's Padang style cooking, where you go and select your dishes from the front there, and you just build your own little plate of food, nasi campur style. It's brilliant food, really good. And it's cheap too. So we're getting really close to the top now. So this is where, again, the road will bend 90 degrees to the left. And then on the right, that goes down to Pantai Segara Ayu. That's just another beach just up from Pantai Sindul. You'll walk past that if you're doing a beach walk, that's for sure. The road's called Jalan Segara Ayu. And then it bends left. And what you'll find up here is a massive intersection. So where all those cars are queued up, they're queuing up at the intersection of this road and the bypass. So the bypass goes left to right up there. And it's one of the busiest intersections in all of Sanur. But it's also, because it's the busiest intersection, of course you're going to have one of the most iconic businesses in the entire world at the busiest intersection in all of Sanur, and that is McDonald's. McDonald's is right on the corner, which is, you know, in typical McDonald's fashion, they get the really prime spot. And I'd say this is one of the most prime spots in all of Sanur because of its passing traffic. Look at how busy it gets here. And we're just entering McDonald's now. Look, going to McDonald's while you're on holiday is pretty controversial. No one likes to admit they've done it, but I certainly have. It's like, God, I just can't eat another. Like if you're in India, I can't eat another curry. Or if you're in Indonesia, I can't have another nasi goreng. When you get to that sort of stage, you just go, just give me a cheeseburger. Well, they've got it here. I don't come here that often, but I don't blame you if you pop up here and have a little sneaky cheeseburger. So there you have it, a 3-kilometre walk along Sanur's main street, something that I consider to be a must-do activity when you're visiting Sanur. You can get a little hot, have a few breaks, dig in for a beer or a cold drink every now and then. That kind of allows you to break up the journey and not overheat too much. I really love this place. I really love the main street. There's so much to see and do. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur. I'll catch you next time.